Standing before painting, listening a piece of music, or watching a breathtaking sunset, something stirs inside you. It's a feeling that captivates your sense and leaves you in awe. But have you ever stopped to wonder what exactly makes something beautiful, and why do we as humans feel compelled to seek out and appreciate beauty? From the works of Michelangelo to a symphony of Beethoven to even a simple flower blooming in your garden, the concept of beauty has fascinating thinkers, artists, and everyday people to centuries. But defining beauty isn't as straightforward as it seems. It's subjective, shaped by our personal experiences, culture, and emotions. As the saying goes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yet, there are certain universal elements that we all seem to respond to. What is beauty? At its core, beauty is a concept that invites us to pause and take notice. But what is it about certain things that make them beautiful? Philosophers have debated this question for millennia. Plato believed that the beauty exists in the realm of ideal forms, a kind of respect, eternal beauty that we can only glimpse in the physical world. For Plato, beauty was tied to truth and godness, something that elevated to human soul. But not all thinkers saw beauty through such an idealistic lens. David Hume, the 18th century's philosopher, argues that beauty is not interested in objects in themselves. Instead, beauty is a reaction that arises in the viewer. He famously said, "Beauty in things exists in the mind which contemplates them." King suggests that what we find beautiful is deeply very personal, shaped by our individual taste and experiences. In a way, both perspectives offers valuable insights. Beauty may hold some universal qualities, but it is also highly subjective, influenced by culture, upbringing, and even the era we live in. Why do we appreciate beauty? The appreciation of beauty taps something ancient and primal with us. From a standpoint, may have been drawn to beauty as sign of fertility, health, or harmony with nature. Bright colors, symmetry, and patterns in natural world often indicate safety or abundance, which may explain why we find them so appealing. However, our connections to beauty goes beyond mere survival instincts. Art historian John Dewey, in his book The Aesthetic Experience, suggests that beauty allows us to transcend the ordinary. He saw beauty as a way to enrich our lives, providing a sense of and fulfillment that goes beyond everyday existence. Dewey argued that aesthetic experiences create a deep emotional connection between the observer and the object, transforming how we see the world. In his words, art is the extension of the human experience. So, when we stand in front of a painting, listen to a symphony, or watch a movie, we are not just consuming a piece of art. We are engaging something that broadens our emotional and intellectual horizons. Art plays a crucial role in defining and expressing beauty. Thoughtful history, artists have pushed boundaries, challenged perceptions, and created new standards of what is considered beauty. In the Renaissance, beauty was often seen through the lens of harmony, proportion, and balance, influenced by ancient Greek ideals. The works of Leonardo da Vinci and Raphael, with their detailed anatomy, balanced compositions, and pursuit of idealizing human forms. But fast forward to the 20th century, and you find movements like Cubism and abstract expressionism, which threw traditional notions of beauty out the window. Pablo Picasso's fragmented forms in Les Demoiselles les d'Avignon or Jackson Pollock's chaotic drips of painting in autumn rhythm might not fit the classical idea of beauty, but they introduced a new kind of aesthetic, one that focused on raw emotion, innovation, and breaking free-form convention. This demonstrates how art not only reflects but also redefines what we see as a beautiful. Herbert Read, in The Meaning of Art, argued that in the beauty in art, it's about the experience it evokes rather than its adherence to certain rules or forms. According to Read, beauty in art comes from its ability to provoke thought, emotion, and engagement with the viewer. In this sense, beauty in art is not static. It's dynamic, ever-changing, and dependent on the interaction between the artwork and its audience. Cultural and social influences on beauty. Culture plays a significant role in shaping an understanding of beauty. What one culture finds beautiful, another may seem strange or even unattractive. For instance, the concept of beauty in ancient China focused on delicate features, pale skin, and intricate clothing, while in many African cultures, beauty has often been associated with vibrant colors, elaborate hairstyles, and body adornments. Even within a single society, standards of beauty change over the time. In the 50s, Marilyn Monroe's curvy figure was considered the ideal, but today, societal trends have shifted towards preference of slim, toned bodies. This change, influenced by fashion, media, and even political movements, providing that beauty is far from a fixed concept. But while cultural standards evolve, there seems to be a deeper, more strict aspects to beauty that transcends social norms. The philosopher Immanuel Kant believed that true beauty lies in what he called disinterested pleasures, the idea that not because of what it offers us, but simply for its own sake. This idea suggests that beauty has an inherent value, goes beyond utility and social conditioning. The psychology of beauty. Researchers have found that certain patterns and forms, like symmetry, balance, and contrast, tend to evoke positive response of brain. Neuroaesthetic studies have shown that when we perceive something as beautiful, our brain releases dopamine. The same chemical is associated with reward and pleasure. But beauty isn't only about aesthetics. It also, when we encounter something beautiful, we often feel a sense of awe, wonder, or even joy. These emotional responses can be powerful because they connect us to something larger than ourselves, whether it's nature, art, or human creativity. Psychologist Abraham Maslow, famous for his hierarchy of needs, placed aesthetic needs near the top of his pyramid, just below self-actualization. Maslow argued that the humans have innate desire to express beauty, order, and harmony as part of their journey toward personal growth. This suggests that our appreciations of beauty is not just luxury, but fundamental part of our psychological well-being. The conclusion. Beauty, it seems, is both a personal and universal experience, is shaped by culture, influenced by art, and rooted in our evolutionary and psychological makeup. Whether we are gazing a work of art, listening to music, or taking in the natural world, beauty has the power to move us, inspire us, and offers us a glimpse of something beyond the ordinary. As philosopher George Santayana once said, beauty is pleasure regarded as the quality of a thing. In other words, beauty is not about what we see, it's about how it makes us feel, how it engages our minds and hearts, and how it helps us connect with the world around us. In a world that can often feel chaotic and unpredictable, beauty offers us a moment of stillness, reflection, and wonder. It invites us to see the extraordinary in the ordinary things that touch our soul, and that, perhaps, is why beauty is always matter to us.